Okay, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Strength and Balance. Today, we will be using some light weights for lower body. So, if you have weights at home and have good, strong legs and you're ready to add a little bit of weight for the lower half of your body today, grab some weights. They are not needed, but extra weight is always can always be helpful. So, grab some weights. Remember, my repetitions are always a guesstimate. So I usually do about 10 to 15 reps per class. So if you can do more with perfect form, feel free to do more. If you need to do less, please do less. Listen to your body, do what you need. I'm going to turn the music on and we'll start on our feet. We will warm up with some shoulder rolls. Big circles right and left. Warm up the shoulders. Happy Thursday. One more each side. Then we're going to take these big circles forward. Wake up the body. Little rotation through that upper body. One more each side. Then we'll take those arms overhead. We're going to reach all the way overhead. Think of spreading the fingers, reaching all the way down the side of the body, and then I'm popping up on that toe so you're feeling it all the way down the side of the body, and then the opposite side. So we're just shifting our weight from one side to the other and really stretching that arm long. Let's do one more each side, overhead. Then we'll take it across. So we are going to twist, pivot on that back toe, and then we'll reach across with that front arm, and then the opposite side. So make sure when we pivot, we are turning that toe and knee in one direction. Shoulders are square, feeling that rotation through the torso. Let's do one more each side. And a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. Two more like that. Last one. We are going to stabilize now on that right foot and bring that left heel to the front and toes to the back for heel and toe. Front and back. So we want to stabilize on that stationary leg. Stand up nice and tall, shoulders back. Make sure your weight is not shifting as we bring that heel to the front and toes to the back. And other side. And release. We are going to bring your heels to your butt. So shift your weight and then drive one heel to your butt. shift your weight, then the other side. A little bit faster is actually a little bit easier here to get a little bit more momentum. And if you feel comfortable, you can drive the arms forward and back and try to wake up those shoulder blades. A little hinge at the waist is fine. You don't have to turn, I'm just showing you. You can spin around if you want. One more each side. Good. Now we're going to step out with that right foot, out with the left. Oh, wait, I'm backwards. In with the left and in with the right. Out with the left, out with the right, in with the left, in with the right. So out, out, in. Wake up that body a little bit. We want to get the feet moving. One more time, and we'll pause to the center. Now we are going to bring the knees up. So arms come up, and then we're keeping that core tight and alternate driving the knees up in the direction of those arms, of those hands. Slow and controlled. Control it up and control it back down. Don't let that foot flop back down to the floor. One more each side. And you can release. We are going to bring those arms out to the side now. Pressing through both heels evenly, a nice flat back. We're going to hinge at the waist, pushing your butt back. When you push your butt back, it's important that we don't round, so we keep the chest up, arms out. We feel this down the hamstrings, then push the hips forward, come back on up. Down and up. Keep that chest up, nice flat back. Feel it down the whole back side of the body. Push the booty back. Let's do one more. And release. Roll those shoulders back. And calf raises before we come on down to the floor. So we are going to come up on those calves, soft bend in the knee, roll up on the toes, and back down, up, and down. When we finish 10, we are going to make our way down to the floor. If you have weights and would like to use weights for that lower body, bring your weights down to the floor with you. Also grab some water if you need, because we'll be on the floor for a little bit. So on the floor, we are going to start off on your back. Feet are flat on the floor. A nice strong pelvic tilt. Abdomen is tight, head, neck, and shoulders are relaxed. Think that your body's really sinking into the floor here. Think of that pelvic tilt. So we want to press that low back down towards the floor. Feet are flat on the floor, and your feet are about hip width distance apart. From here, we are going to lift your hips up into a bridge. So lift the hips up at the top. We are squeezing the butt and then slowly coming back on down. 10 bridges, please. So exhale up, inhale down. That's 1. Pause at the top. That's 2. Nice and slow. We're all going together. 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one. That's 10. You can release and pull both knees into your chest. Rock your knees side to side. And when you are ready, we are going to open up your stance nice and wide. So a nice wide bridge. When your feet are wide, you want to make sure that the knees don't come in or far apart. So we want to make sure that the knees stay the same distance apart as the ankles. A little external rotation on the knees. So we want to press them out slightly. Squeeze the glutes as you come up. So another 10. Exhale, lift up. Inhale down, that's 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and last one, and release. Now we are going to roll on over to that left side for your clamshells. So knees will be bent, feet are stacked, hips are square, shoulders are square, abdomen is nice and tight. 10 clamshells. So when you roll over to that side, brace your core nice and tight. Then we are going to lift that right knee up and then slowly come back on down. That's 1. 2. Did I say 10? We're going for 10. That's 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And last one on this side. When you're ready, flip on over to the opposite side. I'm going to spin this way so I still face you. We'll do 10 more on this side. So hips are square, feet are stacked, knees are bent, abdomen is nice and tight. Brace that whole core. And when you're ready, you can lift that left knee up and down. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and that's 10. When you finish your 10, we are going to come back onto your back for more bridges. Now, here, if you would like to add more weight, you can grab your weights. You're going to start off with your feet about hip width distance apart. And the weights are going to come right at those hip bones. Make sure you hold those weights on. And from here, we are going to turn your bridges into thrusters. If you do not have weights, that is fine. Go right back to those bridges. Pelvic tilt, core is tight. We are going up for an additional 10, please. So exhale up, squeeze the butt. Inhale down, slow and controlled. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 more. 9. Last one. You can release on down. Place those weights aside. Pull both knees in towards your chest. Take a second. And we are going to go back to those wide stance bridges. So when you're ready, open your feet up nice and wide. Another 10. Now you can add the weights here or not. Your choice. But if you are, they're on those hips. Nice strong core, pelvic tilt. Exhale up, squeeze the glutes. Make sure when you lift up, the knees don't come in. We want to press them out slightly and then slowly come down. That's 1. 2. Take your time. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. One more. And that is 10. You can release the weights down for now. Pull both knees in towards your chest. Tuck them in, wrap side to side. Arms can come out at shoulder height. We're going to drop your feet down to the floor. Drop the knees to the right. Head comes to the left. And then bring the knees over to the left. Head comes to the right. And again, knees to the right, head to the left. Knees to the left, head to the right. Back to center. I'm going to have you settle in here, pelvic tilt. Pull the right knee in towards your chest. Hug that knee in and circle your right foot in one direction. Same foot, circle it the opposite direction. On down. Opposite side. So pull the left knee in and circle your left foot in one direction. Same foot, opposite direction. And release on down. Dying bug. So here we are going to hold a nice strong pelvic tilt. Lift your feet up off the floor. So we want the knees bent at about 90 degrees. From here, we want to extend the arms long, fingertips up towards the ceiling. The That wrist is in line with the shoulder up towards the ceiling. From here, you can add the lower half of the body or add the upper half of the body with the lower half. Hold a strong pelvic tilt. So you can just alternate tapping the heel down to the floor, or you can add that arm. So if we are adding that arm, I'm dropping my left hand with that right heel and up, and the other side and up. That's one. We're going for 10 per side. 2. Make sure you keep a strong pelvic tilt. 3. 4. That's 5. 6. 7. 8. 2 more per side. That's 9. And 10. You can release. Pull both knees into your chest. Hug them in. And you can release. Push yourselves up to a seated position. You can extend your legs a little bit long, but I'd like you to have a bent knee. And from here, lean back slightly. When you lean back, I want the shoulders down and back. Abdomen is nice and tight. From here, the arms come up, thumbs towards the shoulder, and we are going to twist to the left, driving that left elbow down to the floor. Center, then to the right. And center. So I'm going to turn to the front so you can see me. So my feet are forward, my heels are into the floor, my abdomen is tight, and I'm going to just drop the elbow back, center, and right, center. We're going to do about 10 per side, so let's work. That's 1 and 1. 2, you could feel this in the obliques and the lats. 2, 3, 3. Shoulders stay square, keep going. 4, 4. Pull that belly button in towards your spine. 5 and 5. 6, 6, 7, 7, 8. 2 more per side. This is 9, 9. Last one on this side. Last one on the other side. You can release, roll on back, pull both knees into your chest. Just rock the side to side and relax the lower back. From here, when you are ready, we are going to flip on over to hands and knees. Hands and knees. Bird dog. So 30 seconds per side. Wrist is in line with your shoulder. Tuck the toes. Knees are in line with the hips. Abdomen is tight. Make sure the back is flat. So we don't want to round and we don't want to sway. We want a nice flat back. From here, we are going to extend that right arm forward, palm face in. Left leg back, flex flex that foot, straight leg, and hold. 30 seconds on this side. So we want to think shoulders down. Squeeze that core. So think about squeezing the front of the stomach, the front of the body, and the back. Squeeze the lats. Drop the shoulder blades down towards your back pockets. Make sure we are flexing that foot and pressing out through the heel with a straight leg. Make sure that arm is straight. We have 5 more seconds on this side. Then we will switch right into the opposite side and switch. Right away, let's begin. Again, so now that left arm is palm face in. We are pressing out through the heel of the right foot. Hips and shoulders are square. Pulling the belly button up towards your spine. Make sure you are breathing. And you can really push back into child's pose, butt back over heels. And your low plank for 30 seconds. So forearms will be parallel. When you're here, I'd like you to step one foot back and then the other, so your butt is not up in the air. 30 seconds, let's begin. So elbows in line with shoulders, back is flat, hips and shoulders are square. Make sure the booty is not up. We want to tuck the tail. Pubic bone comes up towards your heart. Drop the shoulders down. Make sure you are breathing. 10 more seconds. And you can really switch on back into child's pose again. And when you are ready, we're going to make our way all the way up to standing. So here we're going to grab and use a little bit more weight. So if you have weights, you can use them. We are going to grab a chair for sit to stands. So if you have a chair, you can grab it, grab some water. We're going to start off with just 5 sit to stands, just 5. So we're going to sit down on our chair with our feet about hip width distance apart, maybe a smidgen wider. We want about a 90 degree, hopefully you found a chair that's about 90 degree, where when you're seated, you have about a 90 degree angle. Chest is up, shoulders down, just 5. We are going to stand up, squeeze the butt, then hinge at the waist, push the booty back, back down for 5. This is 2. And 3. 4. Make sure you don't flop down on the chair. Control it the whole way. That is 5. Great. When you have finished your 5, we're going to do more. But I'm going to give you the option if you have weight. So if you have 2 weights, you can hold them up by the shoulders. If this is too heavy for you, you can take 1 weight, each dumbbell head in either hand. Keep it in front of your chest. Here, this helps keep your chest up. So this, you might want to start off with 1 weight. If it's too light or feels very doable and you want to challenge yourself, that's when you add 2 weights. We are going to go for 10-ish sit to stands. When you're ready, you can begin. Now, that's 1. If you can do 5 with weight, that's 2. And then you can put your weight down and do 5 more, 3. However you need to do with perfect form. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and that is 10. Now you can release. See how you are feeling with that added weight. We will be doing it again, but not yet. So if it felt good for you, then maybe do a couple more the next time. If it felt really hard, do a couple less. You can always add in some sit to stands without weight, whatever is appropriate for you today. Now, we are going to go into your good morning. So just like the warm up, with your arms out to the side, you're going to bend the elbow and bring your hands to your head. We are going to do this one more time. We are only going to go for 5. So again, we're going to work the back of the body. So you're going to push the booty back, flat back, down, and up. So we want to use the glutes to push yourself back on up. We don't want to pull from the back. Down and up. That's 2, 3, 4, and 5. When you finish 5, I want you to be honest with yourself. If you find that your back is rounding, or if you're having a hard time connecting to the hamstring and glute, I want you to stick with no weight. All right? If you are feeling like you are pulling from the hamstring and glute and you feel nothing in that low back, only then I want you to pick up your weights and we will do a stiff leg deadlift with the weights on the legs. However, it is important that we keep a nice flat back. So we're either going to go back into those good mornings for 10 or your stiff leg deadlifts with the weights for 10. Pull that belly button in towards your spine and let's begin. 1, 2, flat back, either way. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, press through the heel. 8, 9, and 10. When you finish 10, I'd like you to notice how your body's feeling. Did you feel it in that low back? And if you used weight, I don't want you to use weight the next time. Keep that core nice and tight. If you feel it in that back, we're keeping it tighter. We're going to go through those 2 exercises one more time. So 10 more sit to stands, 10 more good mornings or stiff leg deadlifts. So this is our last time through. If you can do more with perfect form, you can do more. If you need to do less, do less. Be mindful of how you feel. And let's begin. So 10-ish more, down and up. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Hopefully you feel it a little bit more in the glutes, in the hamstrings, shoulders down and back, and 10 more stiff leg deadlifts. If you're doing the stiff leg deadlift, the weights stay right on the legs. Down and up, flat back. 2, squeeze the booty. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and that's 10. When you finish that 10, you can release, place the weights aside because we are done with them for today. You can place the chair aside because we are also done with that for today. You can grab a quick sip of water, and we are going to make it down back to the floor. This time when we come down, we're going to be on our stomach. So we're going to do another plank. So when you're ready, make your way down. Don't forget water. Important to hydrate. And when you get down and you're ready, we're going to push back into that child's pose. Just relax here for a second. We are going to start off with another low plank. So forearms are parallel. Focus on that perfect form. So elbow in line with shoulder. Shoulders down, abdomen is tight. Same thing, same kind of plank that we did the first time. 30 seconds again. And begin. So flat back, shoulders towards your back pocket, squeeze the lats. Elbows are in line with your shoulder. Hips are square, shoulders are square. You are breathing. Elongate the neck. Pull the belly button up towards your spine. We have 5 seconds. And release. Push on back into child's pose. And we are going to come on up to that tabletop position. Back to your bird dogs. This time we will do a dynamic bird dog. So right arm will be forward, left leg will be back, and we'll bring the elbow in towards the midline of the body, as well as the knee up towards the midline of the body. So wrist in line with shoulders. We'll get into that bird dog form first. Tuck the toes. Right arm forward, left leg back. And 10 dynamic bird dogs on this side. Bringing the elbow and knee in and extending long. That's 1. Make sure your hips and shoulders stay square. That's 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. That is 10. You can release, and right away, the opposite side. Left arm forward, right leg back. Flex that right foot. Then bring the knee and elbow in and extend long. That's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. You can release, push back into child's pose. And come on up into that tabletop position, and we are going to go back into your plank, this time a high plank. So arms will be long, 30 seconds. Last plank of today, I promise. Wrist in line with shoulders, back is flat, 30 seconds. Let's begin. So from here, we want to make sure the butt's not in the air, hips are down, shoulders are down. You want to make sure that we're not sagging the hips or that the butt's not up. We want to tuck the tail, hips, shoulders are square. Pull the belly button up towards your spine. Back is nice and flat. Breathing. We have 5 seconds. And release. You can push on back into child's pose. Push your butt back over your heels. Get your butt as close to the heels as you can. And then inch the hands as far forward as you can. Your head stays between the arms. And from here, walk your hands over to the left and hold. When you are holding here, press that, there's a spider. Press that right hand firmly down on the ground. You should feel this down the right side of the back. And the other side, hands over to the right. Head stays between the arms. Firmly press that left hand down to the floor. You should feel this down the left side of your back. Back to center. Tabletop position. Cat cow. Tuck your chin around your back. Then lift the chin and sway. Try to get as much flexion that you can in your spine. When you're ready, you can come on down on your stomach. On your stomach, legs are long, arms are long forward. Then you're going to bring those elbows back next to your chest. Keep the hips down, lift the chest up into that cobra. When you lift that chest up, you really want to try to lift up, feel this in the abdomen, in that low back. But we don't want to feel the pain. If you have the flexibility, you can come onto the hands instead and lift up a little higher, but the key is we have to keep the hips down on the floor and you must relax the shoulders down. And release on down. Take your time, roll over to the right side. On the right side, we are going to have our body in that nice straight line. Then reach back for that left ankle, pull the left heel back towards your butt for your quadricep stretch. Now make sure we don't bring that knee forward. We really want to pull it back, down and back. We feel it all the way from the knee up, that whole quadricep. Release, opposite side. So I'm going to flip over this way. On the left, I'd like you to have your body in a nice straight line. Hips are square, shoulders are square, and when you are ready, you can reach for that right ankle, pull the right heel back towards your butt. Make sure you push the hips forward. Again, we want to keep the knee down and back. roll onto your back, bend your knees, bring your arms out at shoulder height, and drop the knees over to the right, head comes to the left, and hold. Knees to the left, head to the right, and hold. Back to center. Cross your right ankle over left knee. Push that right knee away from the body. And when you're ready, you can reach behind that left knee, pull the left knee in towards your chest. Release, other side. So take that left ankle, place it on top of right knee, let the left knee push away from the body. And when you're ready, you can reach behind that right knee and pull the right knee in. Release, uncross, extend both legs long, both arms long overhead, full body stretch, reach in opposite direction. And pull your right knee in towards your chest, hug it in. Extend that right foot, that right leg long. The foot will be up towards the ceiling for your hamstring stretch. Pull that leg towards your chest. Keep your foot flexed. Release. Opposite side, pull that knee, left knee in, hug it in first, and extend that leg up long, foot's up towards the ceiling. Pull on that leg for your hamstring stretch, flex that left foot. And release, bend that knee, bend both knees, open your feet wider than your hips. Arms come out at shoulder height, so nice wide feet. Then drop the knees over to the right, head comes to the left. And knees over to the left, head to the right. Back to center. Sit up. Extend both legs long. You can keep your hands behind your back. I'd like you to keep your knees down and flex your feet. Then walk your hands forward and walk your hands all the way as close to the feet as you can touch. If you can touch the toes, great. As long as the knees are down, feet are flexed, we want to feel this down the back of the legs. And you release. Sit however you are comfortable. If you prefer to stand, you can come up to standing. Whenever you are ready, you can roll the shoulders back. Keep the shoulders down and back. Then take your head and look to the right. Drop your chin. Lift your chin. Bring the head over to the opposite side. Drop your chin. Lift that chin up, back to center. Drop your ear down to the right shoulder, right ear, right shoulder, but make sure the shoulders stay down. We should feel it down the side of your neck. Center, opposite side. Back to center, arms come out at shoulder height, palms up towards the ceiling, look up, push the thumbs back, open up the chest. And take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. 2 more. Last one. Good job today, everybody. Let me come on in so we can chit chat.